at the 3-day beautiful Memorial Day weekend here in Chicago. You're hearing a little bit of these melodious tones. This is Skip Griparis. Everybody knows Skip. He's as good as it gets when it comes to guitar and performance. He's a Joliet guy. He's my friend. I'm so happy to have you back in studio.
Thank you.
Nice to see you. How you been?
I'm great. You forgot exotic dancing. Everybody does.
I know. I always forget that part, right?
But I forgive you.
We're leaving that part out. That's the end of the show.
Oh, that's right. Okay.
That's the end of the segment.
All right.
But yeah, just tell us a little bit about you. How you been?
Oh, I've been good. Very busy. I'm doing 7 different shows right now, so it drives me crazy.
What I heard.
Trying to keep all that straight in my head at my age.
Who you playing with? Who you playing for?
Mostly a solo. Sometimes I have a couple sidemen who are great.
You got shows coming up?
But mostly solo. And I've been doing mostly solo stuff since after working with Olivia Newton-John.
Yes. All right, let's talk about that. So you are her longtime guitarist, and I was telling you that was one of the first vinyl albums that I bought as a kid. I was probably 10, 11 years old, and it was the Totally Hot album.
Yes, that was our last tour, was the Totally Hot tour in 1978.
Tell me about your friendship with Olivia, because she was just legendary and just an angel.
Absolutely. She's
on and off stage.
Every bit as sweet as you would hope she was.
Yeah.
She was wonderful to work with. Of course, she was gorgeous. She sang like a bird. And she was so sweet to me, and, have the audience sing happy birthday to me, and just things like that. Always nice. I had a mad crush on her the whole 4 years. I could never talk to her.
Everybody did.
I could not talk to her without stepping over myself. Hi, Olivia. How are you? 4 years, I still couldn't talk to her.
She's an angel, just angelic voice. Yep. What a loss for the music industry. Yeah, she was philanthropic and just battled cancer several times.
30 years.
And it was one of her friends who went to visit her, not Chris Everett. It was one of her friends who went to visit her and said, even at the very end, you would never know.
Oh, wow.
She never complained.
Yeah.
Was never, down, always positive. And her daughter Chloe's still involved with the Olivia Newton-John Foundation, which donates millions and millions of dollars to breast cancer and cancer research. So just a wonderful woman. How did you meet? How did you get involved with Olivia?
Through when she first came to the States, the first band that backed her up was out of Minneapolis, which is where her agency was. And so they needed a guy to supplement the band, who played acoustic fingerpicking and sang backup vocals, and I got the job. And my first gig was March of 1975.
Okay,
Little Rock, Arkansas. And I didn't meet her till a sound check. I actually at first got hired by the band.
Okay,
and so here I am. I'm on stage with Olivia, and I had to keep pinching myself. It was too great. In the middle of the show, she turned to me and went, "Welcome." And I almost peed myself, I think, right then.
Right. And this was during is this like the Grease days?
No, this is before the Grease days. Grease was 78. 75 was Have You Never Been Mellow was on the charts.
Okay.
This is before Please, Mr. Please. This is after I Honestly Love You and her country hits like If You Love Me, Let Me Know and stuff like that.
Yeah. And did I hear someone, I think a little birdie, maybe a little birdie named George Bliss, might have told me that you were when you were involved with, you're the one that I want, when you were involved with Iconic Hits like from Greece and then that were you teaching John Travolta how to dance moves? Or the song?
We were playing the Riviera in Las Vegas, which is no more. The Riviera, I guess, is no more.
Yeah.
And in between shows, John joins Livy and I in her dressing room, and we work on that song. Just rehearse it.
Okay. You're the one that I want.
Yeah.
Yep.
And then he surprises the audience in the second show and comes out and just nails it. He was just great. He was on his knees on the floor. It was great.
How cool.
And those two were the biggest stars in the world at the time. This is 1978.
Mm-hmm.
John was at the top of his career. Olivia's at the top. So it was magic. I found him to be a nice fellow, not
good
pretentious
guy.
or anything. Yeah.
Yeah. Absolutely.
And so those were Those were great years.
Those were. I could see it in your face. I could see when you're talking about it. There's a lot of
memories
for you.
Except for the one night when... no, I probably shouldn't.
You could tell. You could tell.
Okay.
Okay.
With one tour, our opening act was the Paul Williams Band. Remember that he was the songwriter, the diminutive blonde guy?
Yes.
And so I took a girl singer from his band out to dinner at the Houston hotel we're staying at.
Okay.
And I'm dropping her off after the dinner. She says, "Why don't you come in?" Well, okay, I guess I can. Next thing you know, she reaches in her purse. She pulls out a gun.
No.
Points it at me and says, "Either we're going to make love or else."
Come on. Is it true?
Well, I'm alive today.
We're allowed to tell the story. Do we need to die?
No, it's true.
What happened to her?
I don't know.
Is she still with us?
I ran into her after the tour was over at a club in L.A. She was with her husband.
Oh, God.
She was married.
Right? And you said, "Get me out of here." You said, "I'm going out the back door."
In fairness, unlike today, I was pretty cute back then.
Oh, you still are. You still.
Oh, well.
You had an incredible career. You never forgot your roots. Talk about how you get to play in Roy Orbison, the Beatles. You know your genre. You play across so many genres.
I started playing in '64, so I played these Beatle tunes and stuff when they were brand new.
Yeah.
And George loves this.
Will you do something? Yeah, do something for us going into traffic. Let's do it.
I've just seen her face. I can't forget the time or place where we just met. She's just the girl for me. I want all the world to see we've met. Falling, yes, I am falling. And she keeps calling me back again.
Beautiful.
Thank you. And there's pretty Miranda come to say hi.
Miranda's the best.
She showed me around.
She did, yeah. She's the best. She's going to video. Can you play another one for us?
What do you want? From who? You
want Roy or how about Roy?
Roy Orbison.
Let's do a Roy. Let's do a Roy song.
Up-tempo, ballad. You tell me.
Let's do a little up-tempo.
Okay.
Into the traffic. All right, here's Skip Griparis.
Pretty woman walking down the street. Pretty woman, the kind I like to meet. Pretty woman, I don't believe you, you're not the truth. No one could look as good as you.
Mercy.
Beautiful. More with Skip Griparis after a check of traffic with Nick Gale in the WGN Newsroom. 8:20 on the Big 89 WLS. Sorry about that little slip earlier. Old habits die hard. Talking to Illinois Rock and Roll Hall of Fame inductee Skip Griparis in studio with us. Congratulations. You were inducted last year.
Yes. Well, it's because of in the early 70s, I was in the New Colony Six. I wrote and sang our final two singles, which were not hits, but I was the front man, and they said, "Oh, let's make them part. Let's put them in the hall." So
I think that's a really cool idea.
Thank you.
You're in with so many great people. That's such a wonderful honor, and that's a great ceremony that it's been held at the Rialto in the past.
Yeah, there's one coming up. I think pretty sure I'm going to be doing a tribute to Steve Goodman, who will be inducted. So I did a tribute to him 12 years ago at the old Morse Theater. It was a tribute to a bunch of Chicago music legends, and I did Nat King Cole and Steve Goodman. So I'm going to do that again. So because you're now you're inducted, you're a full-fledged member of the Illinois Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. Do you get to recommend new musicians each year? Do they come to you and say? I'm not really on the board or the committee. Okay. So and plus I'm a performer. Plus your list would be too long. Because you're so nice. You'd recommend to everybody. You'd be like, I want this one and this one. But yeah, it was so well-deserved. Yeah, well, yeah, so many greats. And of course, the Rialto Theater is just... I love the Rialto Theater. People that have never been to the Rialto in Joliet are missing out. It is gorgeous. We had our high school graduation there. I went to Andrew in Tinley Park, and we didn't have... we had a gymnasium at that point. We didn't have, big theaters now a lot of the high schools have. So we graduated at the Rialto, and it is just... It's magnificent. You know, it's one of the old original theaters. They still have the pipe organ. Yeah, late 20s. And it was going to get torn down. And one woman spearheaded a campaign to save it. To keep it. They were going to put a parking lot there, which would have been a travesty. I'm so glad they didn't. Yeah. It is such a gem. It really is. And to perform there is always exciting. And it's just gorgeous. It sounds great. The huge hallway, you come in with the chandeliers and the tall columns. It's right downtown. Yeah, there's parking. Yeah. Something that's unheard of anymore. It's like a block and a half from the new Illinois Rock and Roll Museum. Yeah. Which will be opening fairly soon. They're getting some technical things done, but That's looking real nice,
Do you have to donate something now because you're an inductee? Do they ask you for either guitar or something like that of yours to put in the museum?
They're still putting together the displays.
Okay, that's neat.
Yeah.
I love those. Boy, I love those. Yeah. Have you been to the Rock Hall in Cleveland? The Rock and Roll Hall of Fame? That's a really beautiful place,
Have you been there?
I've been twice. I really like it.
Okay.
It's very cool. They have all the memorabilia and everything. And they have traveling exhibits that go... go throughout the country as well. So that's really cool. Yeah, you have a show coming up in June.
June 23rd. It's the Carbon Hill Festival. It's a Sunday afternoon, like from 3 to 5. I'll be doing my rockabilly show, like I did Roy Orbison earlier, and Buddy Holly and Ricky Nelson, and I'm leaving out somebody. I apologize, whomever. But anyway, I'll have my two sidemen, Jim Alberico and Jay Hilton. They'll be playing bass and drums and doing vocals. It's fun music.
I love it. Are you doing a little bit? Are you doing some Buddy Holly?
Yeah, some Buddy Holly.
Excellent.
Oh, well, that will be the day when you say goodbye. That will be the day you made me cry. You say you're gonna leave. You know it's a lie, 'cause that'll be the day when I die.
Yeah, I love that. Do you completely have to switch personas when you're doing Buddy Holly?
Yes.
You're doing Roy Orbison. I mean, what does that take? Like a couple hours to get into that?
But I do about 400 different impressions. So I'm used to switching gears. So that's what I do.
Yeah.
Since a kid, I've had an ear for voices and mimicry.
Are you self-taught?
Pretty much.
Yeah, I thought so.
My mom started teaching me piano when I was 5. She played classical piano around the house.
Mm-hmm.
And then I took saxophone when I was about 13 and then switched to guitar when I was 14 and mostly self-taught on that. And so I did take music classes 1 year at junior college.
Okay.
Way back.
Was it Joliet Junior College?
Yes.
Yeah.
Which is a great school.
It is.
And I went there back when it was at Joliet Central building before it went out west.
Before they built the huge campus, right?
Yes. Yeah.
That's very cool.
Yeah. So
do you have now I probably shouldn't ask you this. It's like asking to pick a favorite parent or favorite child, but do you have a favorite? When you go into Roy Orbison mode, you're like, oh good, this is my favorite, or Buddy Holly mode, whoever you're performing that particular night.
Whatever I'm doing at any time, that's what I like the best. Now, when people walk away from my show after doing Elvis and Ricky and Buddy and Roy Orbison is their favorite. That's the one they all talk about. So.
I love that. And all right, I have to mention this too before you play for us again. You've had a pretty good movie career too, as well. Tell everybody who you were in Major League with Bob Uecker.
Yes.
And I don't want to say blink and miss you because you have a pretty good, you have a fun little part there.
The character is a guy that doesn't say much. He's supposed to be, the joke is he's supposed to be a color man.
Yeah.
Or as it said on my script, stat man. But he has nothing to say, and they're the comedy.
You're Bob Uecker's color guy in Major League,
and it was actually David S. Ward, who's the writer and director, said he based it on an actual broadcasting team from maybe Iowa or something.
Okay,
where one guy's a blowhard and the other guy just doesn't do anything. So he thought,
you were that guy.
We can glean some comedy from that, and I think they were right. So
I think that's so cool. Did you ever want to pursue that? Did you ever think I'm going to go the movie route?
In fact, I got a degree in speech theater from Lewis University back in '83, and I did some plays in Chicago, and I kind of hoped that would pan out more. But then I put together this act while I'm paying my way through school. I start combining my new abilities to do comedy and switch off different characters with 15 years of being in the music business, and I come up with this comedic, satirical music impressionist show.
Yeah.
That took off. Mm-hmm. So everything else just kind of got put on the back burner, except for Chippendales. I always...
Oh, yeah, right.
gotta let a few weekends open for that.
But you always enjoyed music. It seems music a little bit more. That's kind of your passion.
Music is always the base of everything that I do, kind of my soul.
How did you keep it going all these years? I know because so many musicians are like, you know what, I'm going to do this for a while, find something else. You go, but you stayed with it. I
think it's my soul.
Yeah.
Music. That's my essence. So,
I love
why not? I just think it would be, could I do something else? But it would be a shame if I didn't use the talents that I that I have. That'd be kind of silly.
And you always stayed local, which is always cool. I know you traveled the world. I know you've been everywhere, but this has always been home
Olivia
for you. Joliet, Chicago.
That last tour with Olivia was Japan, Australia,
and when was
Europe.
That?
78.
78. Boy.
And the Metropolitan Opera House in New York City. That was our final gig. And she took me aside after the show and said, Skipper, don't wait around for me because I'm not going to tour for a while. I think she'd had it. She used to be nervous when she performed.
Okay. Did she really?
Yes.
Boy, that's incredible to hear because she was such a powerful performer, no matter where she was playing.
She had trouble speaking when she was performing, everything.
Because she was shy?
Kind of on stage, yeah.
Okay.
And so then later years, she developed a confidence and an ease about everything. That then she became this just phenomenal performer as well as this great singer.
You played with her for so long.
4 years.
Which one of your favorite memories?
Oh, boy. Favorite memory with Olivia. I mean, it's all...
She's fantastic. And
really
I should say, too, you've played with Annie, too, who does a cover show.
Annie Aiello does a great Olivia Newton-John.
She was on with Steve a couple weeks ago.
Her show is called Always Olivia. It's great. In fact, I've just been on the phone with Annie this week talking about different things. And
I saw her at Ron Onesti's Des Plaines Theater.
Yes.
Last year, and she was excellent.
She's got a great band. She sings great. She's a sweet gal, easy on the eyes.
Yeah, she's a wonderful, wonderful performer. Well, speaking of that, again, your show's June 23rd. Give another plug for your show before you play us out in the news here.
Yeah, Carbon Hill Festival, Carbon Hill, Illinois, Sunday afternoon, June 23rd. The Skip Griparis Trio, and we'll be doing rockabilly stuff.
I can't wait to hear it. Love it.
I've got all these other shows, too.
What are you going to play out for us into the news here?
Well, in honor of Olivia, this from Olivia's Australian compatriots, the Bee Gees.
Love it.
We used to dance at discos in 1978 on that world tour.
Yeah.
Me, disco dancing. Yeah. Try to get that image out of your head. And this hit played everywhere.
Well, you can tell by the way I use my walk. I'm a woman's man, no time to talk. Music loud, women warm. I've been kicked around since I was born. Now it's all right, it's okay. You can look the other way. We can try to understand New York Times, the fact of my hand. Whether you're a brother, you're a mother, you're staying alive, staying alive. Pharisees are breaking in half, everybody checking you for staying alive, staying alive. Ha, 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 staying alive, staying alive.
I love the falsetto. Thank you, Skip. Illinois Rock and Roll Hall of Famer Skip Griparis.
Thanks, Andrea.
We'll see you next time. Thank you so much, my friend. Have a great Memorial Day weekend. And now with the news, here's Nick Gale.